If you say no, it's going to make the installation process real short. Okay. My apologies for not being here on Tuesday. I got really sick at the end of last week with tonsillitis, and I have been struggling with tonsillitis ever since. And I didn't know if I was going to make it in today because my tonsils still really hurt, but I'm fine. So I'll just try not to yell too much. I yelled a lot this morning and it just killed my voice. It's fantastic. All right, so for those of you who, well, you probably watched the video that I posted on Tuesday. This is Fundamentals of Engineering Design. You may notice that if you took EGR 101 with me last semester, things are a little different this semester because I hand you a project day one, and it is not a small project. This is a very challenging project, and it's something that I expect is going to take you a lot of time and a lot of effort to complete, okay? Now, what I mentioned in the class on Tuesday is that engineering education is really three pieces. One of them is acquiring new skills, one of them is acquiring new engineering knowledge, and one of them is acquiring engineering experience, okay? If you want to go out and be good engineers in the world, you need all three of those. Many engineering educations really focus on just gaining engineering knowledge because, quite frankly, engineering knowledge is the easiest thing to transfer. I can tell all of you, hey, read all of these documents and then take tests, and that's all I need to do. And then, you know, you get a test and I give you a thumbs up, the end, okay? I'm simplifying that grossly, but it's a lot harder to do projects. And if you took a look at the project assignment that I gave you, it is very, very likely that none of you know how to do this. And that's fine. If you knew how to do this, you wouldn't be taking this class, okay? My goal here is to try to give you an opportunity to struggle and to excel. Give you a chance to do a project that's realistic, but also give you a chance to really work on something that's it's going to make you think and give you an opportunity to work as a group and do something to be proud of. I had a former student who he transferred to a different university that was closer to home, and he was like he sent me an email and was like, hey, can you tell me about all those projects that we did, because I would like you to, you know, give me the description so I could put them on my resume. And then he was like, yeah, we don't really do projects here. I was like, yeah, you're kind of, you know, trying to graduate and you haven't done any projects. That's a little scary. But we do projects here because it's an opportunity for you to engage with. Oh, yeah, no. I shouldn't have said that to Dylan. Oops. Dylan thinks he's supposed to be in this class now. I'm being mean to him. Dylan, if you're watching, no, this is EGR 210. You've already taken this class. Oops, my bad. All right, so are there any questions about why I'm asking you to do a pretty hard project here? Okay, now I'm going to be stepping you through this project for the first half of the semester, and then we're going to do a different project the second half of the semester. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to temper lectures. I'm going to do lectures for a little bit every class, but then I'm going to give you time to sit down and just work on project for the rest of the class, okay? I've given you the project assignments. All of them are pretty straightforward. If you understand what you're doing, you're just recreating exactly what I gave you. So what we'll start with today is I'm going to show you how to do some AutoCAD. I did send you some instructions on how to download it. If you haven't downloaded it and you were planning on doing it during class today, I mean, you can try to download it, but I'm just going to assume that you've already downloaded it because it's kind of not a good use of my time to sit here and teach you how to download it again when I'm hoping that people already have it. If you are not planning on downloading AutoCAD but using the computers here in this room, you can do that. That's fine. Dang it, Dylan. That's terrible. It's nice to see you, though. Or not really see you. Okay, so let's talk AutoCAD. Nice.
Should I stay?
One of the things that I would like you to do today is this project is going to require you to work in groups of 3. So it'd be a good idea to get into groups of 3. If you don't know 3 people in this room, or 2 people in this room, if you don't know 3 people in this room and you don't know yourself, like same, but yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for you to get to meet 2 other people in this room. So what I would suggest you do now is meet with 2 people, exchange names, and then exchange emails. Okay, I didn't get any emails saying that somebody wasn't going to be here, ironically. So I'm assuming everybody who's not here will just let me know. Anybody looking for a group?
One more.
Do you have a group, Mackenzie? You guys have 3 people in your group?
We did. I think it's me and him right now.
Okay. That doesn't hurt me any. I just know group size of 3 is about right for this project. So if you want to do it in group size of 2, like more power to you, I won't stop you. But it does mean there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Okay, a little bit of started. We do have a TA for this course. His name is Tyler Sullivan. He is going to be helping out with the AutoCAD portion of this class. I'm not going to be here on Tuesday because I have this fun thing called jury duty hell. I have it for the next year. So every month I'm going to be gone for a few days, and it sucks. But thankfully, the way that we're teaching this class, I don't have a ton that I have to just hand-hold you through, because this isn't a big lecture-heavy class. But I did ask on Tuesday, Tyler is going to be here to introduce himself. He is going to be present in the evenings if you have AutoCAD questions. And I'm going to work with him to figure out a schedule, and we'll get that schedule to you so that you know, like, okay, if I have a question on AutoCAD, I can come in here and ask him. That's the plan anyways. On Tuesday, the librarian will actually be coming in to discuss part of this project. I'll talk about that in a second. But I may not be here Thursday, I don't know. If I'm not here Thursday, you'll have a work day with your group. because you do have some assignments that are already coming up as a part of this project that you're going to need to complete. So that's fun. I wish I knew whether or not I was going to be here on Thursday, because it would make my life a lot easier. But I don't know, so fun times. Okay, this is AutoCAD. So you'll notice when you first boot up AutoCAD, these are the different drawing tabs that are open up here. I can click and open a brand new drawing tab, but this is just generally the drawing tab that I have open. When you get really good at AutoCAD, you start learning how to do type commands. My problem is that I know how to do type commands really well, and I don't like scrolling up and like, okay, I want to draw a line. How do I draw this line? Oh, it's gonna make me sign in. Thanks, AutoCAD. Doop doo. Okay, so now AutoCAD is basically a whole lot like any other drawing platform you've probably ever used, except there are some fundamental differences here. One of those differences is that AutoCAD has every component that gets drawn in AutoCAD has properties associated with it. It's the property associated with each of these components that actually makes AutoCAD a little bit more functional as an engineering design tool, okay? Every line has a length. But it also, those lines have widths, colors, they have layers, and there's a whole bunch of different attributes that come in with the lines. And this is very specific to, my computer's just freaking out. It's having a wonderful day. This is nice. This is normal. But because every line in AutoCAD has properties associated with it, it allows us to use these lines to produce stuff. Back in the olden days, pre-1990s, people used to have to sit down and draw up building plans by hand, okay? And if you wanted to scan those or send them to someone, you had to take it to a giant photocopier, which usually your plans are like this big. It's like, all right, I need a photocopier. Or you needed to actually hand draw out a copy of your drawings. It was miserable, okay? We're not talking about easy, happy times. AutoCAD was invented because it allowed people to communicate much more effectively. And with the advent of the internet coming along with AutoCAD, what this meant was that we could now virtually create and disseminate these documents such now that a lot of these documents exist virtually. They're not really hand-drawn at all. When I was in school, they taught us how to do hand drawing. I will not be requiring you to do hand drawing because more than likely you will never have to draw by hand. AutoCAD is just, it's a much better tool. Now what we use AutoCAD for is specifically for modeling, okay? If you want to state, here's an idea that I have, you can draw a sketch. If you draw a sketch, that sketch might help somebody understand your idea a little bit better. Okay, it's a piece of the communication, but it's not very formal. AutoCAD is a way of taking a sketch and making it formal while also allowing it to have the kind of information transmission that you want. So that's really what we're going to be using AutoCAD for here in this class. So just as kind of an overview, up here are usually your tabs. If you're doing this on a Mac, the instructions are a little bit different. I am not going to be teaching a Mac because I don't know how to use AutoCAD on a Mac very well. Bless you. But here you've got your basic draw commands. Like here I can click on a line. I can draw a line. Like, shocking. It's a fantastic line. You'll notice that the moment I draw this line, If I click on this line, I can hover over the ends of it, I can hover over the middle of it, and there's a couple of different fun operations that I can do with this line now that I have it drawn. You can stretch it, you can move it, you can shift it, you can edit this line, you can cut this line. There's just a lot of different features. Part of the modeling learning assignments that I'm going to be giving you over the next coming weeks help you understand how to do some basic AutoCAD operations. I used to sit down and actually teach students how to do every little facet of AutoCAD, and I found out that that was a giant waste of my time because YouTube videos are just way better at teaching these things than I am. I'm good at teaching engineering design. I'm not very good at teaching AutoCAD. That said, I do know and understand AutoCAD pretty well. The best way for you to learn AutoCAD is just to sit down and use AutoCAD. There's no better way of learning. I'm sorry to say that. You won't learn if you don't just try it, okay? So that's kind of where it comes down. Now, we're going to talk about AutoCAD in relationship to this project. I usually get questions every year about whether or not there's a nice platform whereby two people can draw on the same AutoCAD drawing at the same time. The nice answer to that is no, unfortunately. I wish that capability existed, and I know that it will exist in the future, but as of right now, there is not a program that does that. So my recommendations for you is, if you're going to have multiple people using AutoCAD at the same time, you can send drawings to each other and have them open up and copy and paste the materials into their drawing. That does work. It's actually not that hard to do, but you're going to have to get used to sending AutoCAD drawings to each other, copying and pasting stuff out of them. Okay. Now there's a whole bunch of videos that I produced last year on how to come up with a playground space. I'm going to go ahead and pop up our class. When I created these videos, my intention was that I wanted to try to develop them for the future. Now, I posted these videos to this class, so if you really want to go sit by and watch absolutely every video on this project, you want to. Every one that has the word AutoCAD in it, which is located at the bottom of the page. Every one of these that has the word AutoCAD in it is a video that I produced last year regarding this project. Okay. Now there are a few pieces of this project that are new. Last year's lectures don't talk anything about piping. They don't talk anything about like how to put in drains or how to develop a restroom. All of those are things that I am requiring out of you. But if you want to watch some videos on how I did this, these are all available to you. You can get started on this right now. I step you through the process of how I built mine, and I do it from the ground up. I built it starting with a blank document. I ended with a finalized drawing. So this is all available to you right now. You can get as far ahead in this class as you really want to. Now, as far as first